At a time when academies are concerned about the production line after educating young stars to be at ease in many positions, Manchester City's star player is one of the few conventional centre strikers. It can be too simple to point the finger at Pep Guardiola when, contrary to popular misconception, he is not the creator of the false nine. He has the best of what seems to be a dying breed at Manchester City, which is a sad irony given that elite clubs pay exorbitant prices for answers and academies around Europe look for fixes. Erling Haaland is the most lethal centre-forward in the game at a time when the number of effective no.9s is declining to the point where Arsene Wenger, who is currently FIFA's development czar, was speaking last week about the need for striker schools and why maybe the evolution and the quality of the coaching has suppressed natural fighting qualities in positional play. Nowhere is the lack of a motivated goal scorer more apparent than in Germany, the nation that will host the 2019 European Championship and is currently suffering from an identity crisis that cost Hansi Flick his position as head coach of the national team last weekend. In Saturday's humiliating 4-1 loss to Japan, Kai Havertz, already the target of harsh criticism at Arsenal, started as the centre of attention primarily because Flick had no other options with Niklas Füllkrug, the awkward 30-year-old who had just made his full debut the previous year, out injured. Havertz, who scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, but whose optimum position is still a mystery, is still a perplexing player. He nevertheless epitomizes the current trend of adaptable forward players who can fill a variety of roles with competence without ever consistently excelling in one. Mason Mount is another illustration of a versatile player, but many of the most exciting attackers in the game are wide forwards, such Mo Salah, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Kylian Mbappé, and dozens of others. And although the sight of Trent Alexander-Arnold moving into Liverpool's midfield may excite game enthusiasts as one of the fascinating side effects from the era of multi-position football, another crucial aspect of the game as we have understood is being undermined. Daniel Sturridge was Liverpool's top scorer in a season the last time it happened, in 2015-16, and that trend is expected to continue as long as Salah is a Reds player. However, the change has been seen everywhere. Only 6 of the 19 players in the Premier League last season who reached double digits could be categorized as typical centre-forwards, which may be detrimental to Ollie Watkins' performance at Aston Villa in other areas. The main characteristics of a front line are now expected to be passers and pressers who can work hard off the ball and have the vision to transfer the ball to teammates when they are on it. In the first month of the Premier League season, it was interesting to watch Thomas Frank of Brentford come up with new strategies to make up for the absence of Ivan Toney. Head coaches are constantly looking for innovative techniques. Due to the suspension of their road no.9, the Bees have experimented so much in their first 4 games that Jon Wissa and active central midfielder Vitaly Janelt have alternated playing up front at times. With an unblemished start and an average of 2 goals per game, the frantic, direct style is difficult for opponents to comprehend. It isn't perfect, but it depends on how well the entire system functions, from Mark Flecken in goal to Wissa, and whoever is partnering him up front. Teamwork is the crucial component, which makes for an awkward transition to the tried and true no-9 that, at best, not many people appear to genuinely want. Romelu Lukaku spent the majority of the summer in limbo as Chelsea tried their best to strike a deal after concluding that he was persona non grata despite having no senior no.9 in their overstuffed squad. The situation was compounded by Lukaku's pay, but teamwork is now again at play. This is a team sport, and it's not about 10 players servicing one man, as previous head coach Thomas Tuchel noted in relation to the Belgian striker in early 2022. Both Chelsea and football are not involved. Each participant is there to support the group, the highest principle which will not alter. Simply put, this is not the place for avaricious poachers, which demonstrates why players like Harry Kane have focused on playmaking in their strategies. However, despite being improved in many areas, Football's collegiate period has taken away some of the game's raw energy and is now less exciting overall. What then is the answer? Wenger explained how every player in each position has become a more complete player in an intriguing interview with The Independent last week. As a result, the demands on the striker to score is smaller than it was before. In a world of generalists, the former manager of Arsenal envisions the development of striker schools to produce specialists. We must now begin specialization and positional play beyond the age of 15, he continued. Pressured completion, finishing by being challenged and impressed by the movement's quality, receiving that responsibility, realizing that their daily concentration is on scoring, setting goals for themselves. I believe it is about to happen right now. Haaland will continue to be an anomaly. In addition to his goals, the sport wants him to have the ability to influence future generations to adopt his one-eyed focus on scoring goals.